What's going on, everybody? Bennett Hull here, hanging out with the dudes from Destroyer of Light here at the Charlottesville show. Currently out on tour, playing shows in support of their extensive discography, all of which is fantastic. And links to buy all their music, as well as links to all of Destroyer of Light's social media, Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp, all that good stuff. That's going to be in the description below, so be sure to check that out as well. So each one of you guys just want to give a brief intro to who you are and what it is you do in the band.
Jeff, I play bass. Steve, guitar vocals. Keegan, I play guitar, minor vocals.
Penny, I play drums.
So you guys formed around 2012. How did you all meet each other, and what made you want to become a professional touring band?
Me and this guy found each other. I put an ad on Craigslist when I moved to Austin. Got together with a guy who told me that I needed to try him out. We were together. And both had the same experience of being wanting to be in a touring band, but we couldn't find people to do it. So our music chemistry connected and our work logic connected, so that's how we came together.
And our original bass player called me and said there was a tool he was practicing with. And so we brought my little orange combo amp down there and we jammed. They already had like 3 songs. Just seemed to gel really easily.
But I already knew you from another band.
Yeah, we've known each other for, man, 8 years. Yeah, I was like 20.
Nice.
Cool thing about being a younger guy and the band with older dudes is you look older when you're with a bunch of older people. So people just give me drinks. That was cool. Like I didn't really get part of that much. Like when I played in bands in high school, you all look like kids and you walk in and they're like, we need to see some ID. You walked in with a bunch of dudes up there and said, like, here's your drink tickets.
A lot of metal bands now in this modern era seem to put an emphasis on technique over actual songwriting. And while that can be certainly cool and interesting, what I love about your guys' music is that it seems to be less about that and more about just creating a quality song. So what was it that made you want to take your music in that direction?
I mean, ever since I've listened to music when I was a kid, it's always been about the song, not what genre of music it is, what style of music it is. It's like, is there a really good riff in there? Is there a good melody, good hooks? That's what's been my passion with listening to music.
Yeah, I played in some more technically oriented bands, I guess, before this, and but I think part of that was like because I wanted to play, like, grew up listening to Slayer and stuff like that, Megadeth, and wanting to play like thrashy, high energy music. So there's a lot of intricate technical stuff. It's what I was so badass about it, playing it on stage. But really, what I kind of found out from this band, what I really enjoyed was being able to put a lot of energy into the performance. And I've actually found that with this, it's the most energy. Some bands don't, they just stand there. But we have, when you're playing, slower material or more open material, you can kind of, you can really get into it. You're not so much, just staring at your pedal board or staring at your fretboard so much. You can kind of move around and just kind of play what you feel. So that's pretty cool.
Well, that's what makes it work with us. Is that, again, back to Steve's point earlier, is that we've been in bands in the past. This is the only band we've been in. This Jeffrey here. We got Jeff because he wanted to be busy in the band, and he was our driver, merch guy, Renaissance man, on a couple of our first trips, and we let the other bass player at the time, our first bass player, go, and we couldn't think of anybody really. It's hard in Austin to find someone, but we knew he played guitar, and just asked him if he wanted to do it.
That was our whole tour. I thought was really like, and then
Coming from Austin, Texas, what's the local metal scene like down there? Are there a lot of other bands and venues to play at?
Venues, there's a few of them. I mean, there's been more popular now, but it's been getting better. Like so Doom and Stoner and Sludge has been pretty big in Austin for a while. Just name the Sword, and that's, of course, they've been around forever. But like now, there's like more thrash, death metal, black metal bands starting to come up. So it's a more wide variety these days, and I'd say the quality is actually really good. Like, there's a lot of really good bands in Austin, local bands in Austin. So it's fortunate to be involved in the scene with such talented people. It's cool.
Yeah.
River's a good band that we all like. We played with a lot. What other awesome bands?
Lady Killer is our friend, very good friends of ours. There's a band called Witch Crier that's pretty awesome.
Steve's girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend, but
They're legitimately good.
They're awesome.
Most Workday,
Mother Royale, or old, very old school thrash band. There's a lot of people who have been doing it for a long time. Just consistently playing, and we've kind of watched a lot of change in the past 5 years. A lot of old venues have closed down. Even before that, a lot of venues like that were legendary had closed down, and then there was another wave of it recently. But some new ones have opened up. The scene's kind of centered around just a handful of places now. But people seem interested in it, so I guess that's the best you can ask for. Musicians are never going to control, musicians and the fans of music are never going to control the fucking housing market does. And how the city is going to push out all these venues and clubs. You have no control over that, but people seem interested and want to play it, so that's the best you can do.
And I really loved the last collaborative album you did with God Hunter.
Yeah.
How did that opportunity come about?
David and I are been friends for a while. He's from God Hunter. We played at Headhunters when we were first a band a long time ago in Austin. And him and his wife were at the show, and he liked our music, and me and him started talking. And we had a similar outlook of like work ethic in bands, and he owns a record label called Battleground Records. He's also a part of the Southwest Terror Fest with a few other people that's in Tucson. And he just hit me up and was like, hey, I would love to do a split with you guys and go on the road with you. And we were like, all right, oh yeah, let's do that. And it was kind of cool to not just do a 7-inch split. It's actually like a full length LP split. And it's kind of cool to collaborate.
Are there any plans for any new Destroyer of Light material in the near future?
Already done.
Nice.
Right now. It's the waiting game now, but the whole length.
Yeah, so last year, pretty much at the beginning of the year, we started writing songs. We recorded a demo in summer, 5 of them. There's a total of 7. And then we played those songs. We listened to the demo. So we played the hell out of those songs. We played them live because in the past we've recorded things, and then we found that as we played them, they develop naturally, and there's little nuances that everybody starts to do and add. And then maybe I'll do a little something different, and then Jeff will see what I'm doing, and then he'll add to it. There's been little things like that where on the split, it all came together so quickly. On the first record, it came together really quickly. And we kind of looked back at those songs, and there's a lot of changes. So we took the time to play the songs live. We finally recorded them last November. Finished all the overdubs and extra stuff in January, February. And it's basically been, so you can imagine that was last November. We're coming up on this coming November. It's been a long ass process. Getting artwork done and doing all that.
It sounds awesome.
Right. We're all like
people to hear it.
foaming at the mouth because we want to release it, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I think
There's a
it's
couple
record.
other things that need to happen.
Yeah, it's part of the process. But I can say it's a record that if all of us were not in this band, I think we would listen to this record. So that's a good feeling.
Nice.
Yeah, make something that actually stands out. It should be coming out in 2017.
Cool.
Hopefully early.
Well, thank you guys all so much for your time. Again, be sure to check out all of Destroyer of Light social media in the description below. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm Steve Colker, the guitarist, vocalist of Destroyer of Light. And start out with this Get Feel here. This is
Nice.
a Hamer XT series. It's, I believe, a Chinese model of a Hamer standard. I have custom pickups put in this by a guy that goes by Black Triangle in Columbus, Ohio. These are called Archer pickups. Very dark, noisy, gnarly tones come out of that thing.
Perfect for metal.
Oh yeah.
And what strings do you use on your guitars?
I use Diodarios, and I use the 11 through 52 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been a Diodario guy since I was a kid.
Sweet.
This is my other pride and joy. This is another Hamer. This is a USA model. Again, I have Black Triangle pickups in these as well, but these are called torches. What's cool about these is it gets you the when you're riffing, you get that gnarly tone that Matt Pike gets, and then when you do leads, it has more of that 70s rock and roll like Judas Priest and sound.
Cool.
And again, Diodario strings.
Good stuff. And for amps, what do we got out here?
I know it looks like that.
There we go. Got it?
Got it. This is the orange dual dark 50, and it's got two distortion channels, a channel A, channel B. I use the channel A as a clean, but you can get a nice rock and roll distortion out of the channel A, where the channel B is more of a metal, like got a nice little chug kind of sound to it, and that's the channel I use for distortion. I use on amp distortion. Had this for about 2 years. Orange are super cool dudes. We pretty much all use oranges. So.
Ooh, any pedals or anything like that, or are we just going straight through the amp?
I do use pedals, but on amp distortion out of here.
Cool.
And I use. I like to experience with different tubes, but when you're on the road, you tend to use ones that are gonna be durable and fine, and JJ power tubes and preamp tubes do the trick when you're on the road. But it's fun when you go in the studio to experience with other tubes. But
Orange cabs as well?
orange cabs as well. I actually use an orange 412.
Nice.
I can pull it out if you want me to.
Yeah, if you could.
Actually, I'll get this one. So yeah,
Nice.
use an orange 412, and these have Celestian vintage 30s in them. All four of them provide that nice, rich low-end sound. And then I also use a 215, and this is made by some local guys in Austin called Worshipper Cabs. Three buddies of ours. They all play in local bands, but take pride in tone and sound and everything, so they make cabs. This is like one of their first models they made when they started 3 or 4 years ago. And yeah, I believe I got Weber speakers in them. I just replaced them. They use Weber speakers and they're really awesome. I can't remember which model of Weber, but
Gotcha. You check out the pedals real quick?
yeah.
Cool.
All right. We get a deal from Lava Cables. So these are Lava cables as well. This is another Lava cable. Alright, so an MXR 90, phase 90, a classic, probably the best phaser in the business. I mean, I haven't really tried too many, so I can't really say it, but it's been, I can't go wrong with it, you know. Line 6 digital delay pedal. I've had this thing, as you can see, the abuse it's been through. Probably about 15 years, but it's a really cool delay pedal. You can do all kinds of different things. You can make loops, and yeah, it's a powerhouse of a pedal. Polychorus Electro-Harmonics. This is the original model. They have reissued it, made a new one. It gets some killer chorus and flange tones. What you're going to hear tonight, I'm going to use it at the end of our set, and there's this feedback button, and you turn it all the way up with your distortion, and then you mess with these knobs, and you can create some really interesting, weird, creepy Halloween sounds with it. So that's really cool. And the most standard tuning pedal, the most reliable one that many use in the industry, the chromatic tuner, always necessary to have on your board. This is the orange pedal to turn on and off my distortion from channel A to channel B. I won't be using this tonight, but I have it on my board because it is a killer pedal.
Yeah, the graphics catch your eye.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
away.
you know, you get to
That
see
is awesome.
tits and all that stuff. This is called the Necronomicon, and that is made by a local
I'm
guy.
gonna need to slide right by you guys.
No problem.
Sorry.
No worries. This is made by a local guy in Austin. It's Lone Wolf FX. It's a distortion pedal. When we did a 3-piece tour and didn't have bass, I used this as a bass distortion. It's very boomy and thick and chunky. It's a pretty wild pedal. You can this also you can create some kind of noises with it too. More noises to add to the fun.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Keegan. I play guitar in Destroyer of Light. Do a little bit of vocals. Steve do a little more leads. More leads than Steve does. This is the only guitar I brought with me this tour. Normally we try to bring a backup, but for each of us, but I guess we're sharing a backup this time. It's a Carvin.
Where do you have that tuned to?
That's going to be C standard. So C, F, A sharp, B sharp, G, C.
Ooh, and the strings on that one?
They're GHS Boomers 11 gauge.
Cool.
And Seymour Duncan pickups, the Screaming Demons. So, you know, like if you really crank your tone knob, you can get it to squeal pretty harshly, or you can, you know, kind of sit in a warmer tone. Yeah, I really like Carvin. I've played on them. I also have one that my dad gave me. Didn't bring it with me this time, but you mostly just see Carvin amps now. Speakers. If you go to a music store, like it's been a long time since I've seen a Carvin guitar.
It has.
Same with his hammers, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Which they don't make those anymore. As you can see, his case is fucked.
Seen some abuse, that's for sure.
Yeah, all of this shit's been abused. So then, simplification. Surprise, another orange amp. This is the Rocker Verb. It's actually only a 50 watt amp. but it's powerful. Yeah, normally I have this kind of dimed up. I end up changing my settings almost every night. But I mean, this is super simple to strip down, which is what I need. I mean, same thing with him. I don't use any distortion pedals. I just use the, there's a clean channel and then a dirty channel. But yeah.
Cool.
And that hooks into, this right here. Beautiful stack of cabinets. 2-tune.
Very nice.
412s.
And do you play through any pedals, or is it just through the amp?
So, let's see here. And this is pretty minimal. So I've just got the tuner, the foot switch. The only effects I use are my wah, which is actually the Kirk Hammett signature wah from Crybaby, which I got many years ago, and I don't know if I was going to buy a wah today, if it would be the same one. But I'm glad that I have it because I do. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily nowadays seek out that tone, but it's working for me. I'm using this carbon copy that my friend was just bred some really nice delay. And that's pretty much all I need. I don't really. Steve's doing more textures, kind of on the rhythm side. And whenever I do a lead, like it's either wah or just straight through the distortion, or just letting it ring out delay.
This is Jeff. From Destroyer Light, play bass. I'm playing this bass.
What do we have here?
This is a bass I bought for $80 at a pawn shop a million years ago. It's a Spirit Oscar Schmidt. Yeah, it's just cheapo bass. It's been broken a few times. I glued the fretboard back on. And then before this tour, I had a bunch of Ansel Adams, like a postcard set. I just started gluing shit. Like to decorate shit. Yeah, it's a super cheap bass, but it's really nice. It's actually made of plywood, that you can see. But it works well. It resonates at a really low frequency. It's cool.
Nice. And strings on that one?
I think those are, so I just get like the 5-string set, like the medium, so it's like a 135, I think is the lowest. You can see the penny and a guitar pick for the right string height. It's all very scientific. And the strap, I had to tape that, and it's got the washer from a bottle cap that broke off last tour.
Modern day MacGyver over here.
Dude, you don't even know. So I run it through these pedals. It's just a tuner pedal. It still has guitar tuning on it, but it's C standard. This I actually swiped from the bass player, me, the merch guy, playing in another band. That's O'Neill's. He doesn't even know I have it. So thank you, O'Neill. A bass big muff that I normally just basically run like this. Pretty fucking blasting. And then I use a Space Echo basically to do stereo outputs. And I've been using it for some interlude stuff. It's really cool. Keegan used to use it for a long time. But you need stereo outputs because we have this bullshit.
Ooh, what do we have here?
So these are the Obi-Wan 500s. I did a video, there's a video on YouTube of me playing them. But they're super rad. So it's a 500 watt, there's volume, treble, mid, bass. And then it has a distortion. And I think it's 2 amps, actually. And then it blends, so you can blend in from the clean tone to the distortion tone how much you want. So right now I'm using the big muff for distortion, but normally I'd run this. And they have a foot switch. It's normally cool, but the problem with 2 amps is you have 2 of everything. You have 2 power cables, you have 2 input cables, you have 2 foot switch cables. But it works. Because, and then we run this because of this stupid cabinet. It's a 410-215 electric. I got it from some guy in Austin.
Who did the paint job on that?
I did.
Nice.
Well, and this thing was like brand new when I got it, but you can see now it's
seeing some abuse.
it's been destroyed.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so what I would do is I just go to the practice space and start playing weird music, and then I had paint pens and a projector. So I found the True Detective. This was from a show poster that was just on the wall. This is from a show poster. This I got out of this weird preacher's book, these quotes. But this cab's awesome. It's incredibly heavy. It's like huge, but it sounds good. Like, and I just put a speaker because I put my headstock through it there. I did it weird too. But it's gone downstairs. It's been everywhere. It's an awesome cab. And with these two,
What kind of speakers are in it?
Eminence. These are Deltas. These are 10s. 10 Bs. Those 215s. Also, I forget the model, but
Gotcha.
yeah. When you crank this thing up, like it's like I normally play with the volume pretty low, but whenever it's not mic'd up, sometimes when we're doing feedback, we'll crank it all the way up, and this whole thing is like shaking.
You'll hear it tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Shaking the planet.
That is awesome.
Hi, my name's Penny, and I play drums in Destroyer of Light. And these are my drums. They're hidden.
All right, what do we got?
These are Tama Star Classic Maple. I've had them for a long time.
Very nice. What pedals you got over here?
This is a Tama Speed Cobra that I've put some skateboard grip tape on because I need grip, and their pedals, when they made these, are really slick. So I like grip.
Nice.
The kick drum is 22 by 18. The floor tom is a 15 by 15. And the rack tom, I believe, it's a 14. I think it's a 14 by 14. It's pretty big for a rack tom.
For snares, what we got?
This is a Ludwig Black Magic. It's a 14 by 8.
Very nice.
It's a great live snare drum. I wouldn't use it in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
And for cymbals?
These are good in the studio, but usually the studio that we go to they have really good, nice drum set there, so I use that.
All the cymbals right there. That's cool.
All the cymbals are Peisty. I'm not endorsed by any of these companies, but I religiously play on all of them. These are Peisty Signature Heavy hi-hats. I've had for a very long time. Again, great for live applications. This is a Peisty China, heavy China, so 20-inch.
Beautiful.
I've had this for a long time too. Very nice. Very nice and loud. And this I just got not too long ago. It's a Peisty Rude Basher 20. I was blown away when I first played it, and it's super fun to play every night.
What made you want to go Peisty cymbals?
Well, it's kind of funny. John Bonham. That's not funny.
It's a valid reason, that's for
I didn't really
sure.
like Peisty for years, mainly because of, I guess, I had some weird mystique in my head about their name and just the people that played it, but I never really did a lot of research. And then when I was in music school, they had some Peisties, and they were awesome, and they were signature. And that's again why I have those signatures and the signature China. I would probably play on all signature, but they're pretty pricey. But as soon as I started getting my own Peisty cymbals and started weeding out the other company that I was playing, I just couldn't be disappointed. Everything was always awesome. And why stop? And this is my baby.
Yeah.
This is a 2002 24-inch ride. This is the second one I've had. The first one I had for 7 years and it cracked, but it didn't crack that much, so I had a friend of mine cut it down, so now I have a 22.5-inch ride at home.
Very nice.
This one, this is a little bit of special story. I had to track this one down when we were on tour last year. This cymbal I had bought, we had to drive through Manhattan to get that one. So that was kind of a fun adventure. All the drum heads that I play are all Evans. The toms are the black onyx coated. Onyx is coated. And then the snare is the new heavyweight series that they have, which is great, not disappointed at all. The kick drum is again the heavyweight, but for the kick drum, and I use the small muffle ring that comes with it. All the hardware is Tama. I'm pretty religious about the stick with.
Yeah.
I don't mix match anything.
And for sticks, what do we have?
The sticks are Pro Mark. Again, great sticks, so I don't change them. Again, I don't do things. A lot of things I don't do normal, but I don't use them the way normal people use them. So I use them. Most people use them like this. So I use them like this. I turn them backwards, both of them. Sometimes the drummer will use the left hand, they'll turn it around backwards because it'll give you a little bit fatter on the snare, but I do both.
What made you want to do that?
Just more weight. I'm throwing more weight. I like to beat the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
These are the Benny Greb model. They're awesome. And I actually used the Abe Cunningham from the Deftones sticks for a while, and I accidentally grabbed these because his signature stick also has green ink on it, and they don't have that many sticks with green ink on them. And so I thought, when I was at the drum shop, I thought these were the ones that I grabbed were his, but they weren't. And then at rehearsal, I was looking down at the name, and I'm like, why does it say Benny Greb, not Abe Cunningham? But then I picked up one of his sticks that I still had, and one of these, and
Steve back here?
I love Abe, but these sticks are awesome. They're way, I don't know, they're way more what I need, what I want in a stick. And they last a long time. I've had these sticks for a while. Play on them every night, they last a long time.
What's up, guys? As per usual with this, I was there for Destroyer of Light's live set. Man, it was insane. Just all four of them locked in, and it just created this wall of sound, just like it sounds on the record, which is expected because these guys are amazing musicians. And like they said before, be sure to check out all of their social media because, as I said in the interview, they'll be coming out with a new release soon, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic as well. And with that, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and you'll see more content just like this one. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.